We're looking at comments in JavaScript. We'll take a quick look at how to comment right away, and then we'll talk about what a comment is and why we leave them in our code. Let's start off with an example. Let's say console.log test1. And we're going to write our first comment in here. We're going to put 2 slashes, and we'll just write, this is a comment. And then let's put our second comment in beneath. Let's put 2 slashes, and this is a second comment. And beneath this is a second comment, so I'm just going to put console.log test2. So what's going to happen here is console.log is going to execute, but the comment is not going to execute, meaning the computer isn't going to consider it to be code. When the browser reads this and compiles the code, then it's just going to ignore everything on this line after the 2 slashes. And the same thing on the next line with our next comment. It starts with 2 slashes, so all of this is ignored. And then console.log test2 will execute. So why do we put this in if it's just going to be ignored? If the compiler isn't even going to consider it to be code, why are we putting it in? The reason we comment is to make our program more understandable and readable to ourselves and to other people. Right now we've just wrote this is a comment and this is a second comment, which isn't really explaining much. But when you start to have larger, more complex programs, then comments become really important to explain what's going on in them. Another use of comments is to comment something out in your code. So say we decided we don't want console.log test2 to execute, then we could just put a double slash before it. So now console.log test2 won't execute. And then if we decide after, oh wait, I wish we would have executed console.log test2, then we don't have to write it out again. We can just get rid of the slashes, which in this case wouldn't save us a ton of time because it's a pretty simple line of code. But when you have larger programs and more complex code, then it's really useful to be able to comment out large blocks of it. And when we are commenting out larger blocks of code in a program, then there's a quicker way that we can comment instead of putting a double slash on every single line. I'm just going to copy and paste this test2 down a couple times. And to comment all of this out, we can put /*, and then at the bottom we just put */. So everything between the /* and */ is now commented out. Beneath it, I'll just put console.log test3. And we'll also use the /* when we want to write a longer comment that's going to be more than one line. So in here, I could just write, this is a multi-line comment. And let's just do one more, console.log. So if we run this right now, then we're just going to get console.log test1. All of this is commented out, so it won't execute. We'll get console.log test3. This is commented out, so it won't execute. And then we'll get console.log test4. So there we go. We run this and we get test1, test3, test4.